Hey everybody, it's time for your next riveting installment of Number Corner. For you to do this, you're going to want to get that sheet in front of you that is titled April Number Corner Calendar Fractions. We're going to want that today. Today, we're going to update a whole bunch of days. We're going to update the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. We're not going to update the 13th because today's the 13th. They're going to have to do that tomorrow. We're going to look for a description of the part of the whole, the fraction, and an observation. I hope you've been making observations. I'm not making all those for you. All right, let's jump right in. We're going to do 4, 9. On the 9th day of April, it was Thursday. On 4-9, we can see that we have 4 out of 12 eggs. 4/12. If we jump right back into there, we can see that we have 4 out of 12 eggs. There are 4/12 eggs. We have 4 out of 12. What's a fraction that's equivalent to it? We're going to start off with 4/12. And then we're going to take off 4/12, and we can often make equivalent fractions by multiplying, but you can also make equivalent fractions by dividing. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to divide. We're going to divide 4 and 12, the numerator 4 and the denominator 12 by the same number. They're both even numbers, so we're going to divide them by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Alternatively, if we go backwards and we take that 6 and we multiply it by 2, 6 times 2 is 12, and 2 times 2 is 4. We can get to these two fractions using multiplication and division. That's how we know they are equivalent. You can get equivalent fractions by doing more than just multiplying. You can also get there by dividing. Let's go on to our next day. We did 4/9. Thursday, April 9th. Now we're going to do Friday, April 10th. We look like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inches on a 12-inch ruler. We've made observations very similar to this already. 4 inches on a 12-inch ruler. That is still that same fraction of 4/12. Now, the last time that we did this, we multiplied and divided. We're going to do the same thing this time out, but instead, we're going to look at this one first. You can see that this portion looks like I can evenly split. How many of these blue portions can I fit on this ruler? It looks like I can fit about 1, maybe 2. Looks like about 3. So that would be about 1/3. Let's see if that's actually accurate. Is this, in fact, 1/3? Well, what I got to do is I got to first see what kind of numbers can I divide these by to get to those numbers. So if I take that 4, what can I divide a 4 by to get it down to a 1? That pause was an opportunity for you to answer the question. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So if I divide my numerator 4 by the same number as my denominator 12, I divide both of them by 4. 12 divided by 4 gets me to 1/3. This 1/3 is super important because not only is it a fraction that is equivalent, it's also what we would call the unit fraction is 1/3. 4/12 is equivalent to 1/3. 4/12 is also equivalent to 2/6. 4/12 is also equivalent to 20/60. There's a lot of equivalencies in there. Let's go on to our next day. We got 4/11. That was Saturday. There looks like there are 6 red and 6 blue. There are 6 red squares and 6 blue squares. If I had to make this out of a fraction, which I do, the fraction of this would be how many squares do I have altogether? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 all together. Now, when we look at them, we have 6 that are one color and 6 that are the other color. So we're going to say that we have 6 that are shaded. That is 6/12. Now, on our next day, on Easter Sunday, they had pizza for dinner. I didn't have pizza. I had a roast. What did you have for dinner on Easter Sunday? They had some pizza, but they only ate 3 out of 6 pieces of that pizza. Looks like they ate half of their pizza. They ate 1/2, which, as we look at, you can see 1/2 is, in fact, 1, 2, 3 pieces out of 4, 5, 6 altogether. That is 3/6. So 1/2 is in fact equivalent to 3/6. Now we got here by multiplying. We took that denominator 2 and we multiplied it by 3 to get to 6. And we took that numerator 1 and multiplied it by 3 to get to 3. We had a unit fraction We're going to write that down here as well. Oh, I left it blank. The unit fraction is, what is the unit fraction? Is the unit fraction 1/2 or is the unit fraction 3/6? You've got to put that in there, and you've got to get your next day ready to go for tomorrow. Get yourself set up for Monday and Tuesday. Monday looks like this. It is 1 clock, 12 hours in that clock. Half of the clock is tan, half of the clock is white. It looks like half the time has elapsed. How many minutes is that? You have to make an observation. Let's backtrack so you can see the entire calendar. Maybe there's a larger observation you can make here about a pattern. I would like you to make sure that you make your observations for today. We will look at tomorrow's day tomorrow. That was your Monday morning number corner. I hope you liked it. I hope it was riveting. I hope it was exciting. If it wasn't, I hope you at least get that form filled out and updated. We'll catch you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.